Hello everyone, how are you? How are you? Happy Thursday? Alright, officially because it's midnight right now. I am streaming late tonight. Thank you all for being here. I am Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic and energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. And make sure you like, share, subscribe if you aren't already liking, sharing, or subscribing. Also, today we will be talking about in this live stream animals, pets, and spirituality and animal totems. Okay, let's talk about it. If any of you have pets, then you know that pets, animals are indeed spiritual. All right. So there's no doubt about that. Thank you all for being here. I'm available for personal readings. So if you would like a personal reading, this is where you can reach me. All right. You can text me at 703-791-9162. You can also email me at lamarr.townsend@gmail.com. Also visit my website. Know that phone readings do have same day priority. If you buy a reading, if you buy a reading, you can or if you buy a phone reading, you can most likely get that reading the same day, depending on both our schedules. All other readings do typically take 1 to 3 days or less. Hi everybody. Also, this is my website. So once you've reached this page, you know you're on the right page. All right. Once again, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Follow me on all my other social media pages. Become a member of my Patreon. I do a lot of content over there. Make sure you also check out the reviews on my website. Follow me on my Instagram and Facebook. If you would like a reading, go directly to the store section. This is where you can check out all my services, products, classes, and things of that nature. I do birth chart readings. I do psychic tarot readings, phone psychic tarot readings, email psychic tarot readings, video recorded psychic tarot readings. I do mediumship readings if you want to connect to those who have passed on. I do past life readings. I do spiritual development classes, tarot classes, astrology classes, and so much more. I also do candles. So check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com, for all this information. All right. Yes. Hi, Kevin. How's everyone doing today, or tonight, this evening, this morning, whenever you're listening or watching, for those watching the replay after? I hope you all are doing well. All right. Thank you all for being here. Let's talk about, you guys, animals. Let's talk about animals, spirituality, pets, and animal totems. All right. Animals are very spiritual beings. If anyone knows, once again, if you own any type of animal, Diana says I would like to send a PayPal about my birds. That's perfectly fine. Capricorn, Virgo, League, or strongest tarot card reading about to belong. Yes. Kevin, should we play that song? I think I still have that. Hold on. Is it on my? It's on my intro. Hold on. Let's play that song really quickly. Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me, that's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. I don't care what the others say. Let's channel some energy. Oops. Yes. Yeah, yes, we had to get a moment. I'm sorry. It's like church. You know how they have the break dance in church, the shouting? That was like that moment right now. Let's talk about animals, all right? Pets, animal totems, and spirituality. Like I was saying, if any of you own any pets of any sort, I don't care if it's a bird, I don't care if it's a cat, I don't care if it's a dog, I don't care if it's a ferret, right? Moves one hip. Well, yes, this is a good catchy song, right? The interesting thing is when you own a pet, especially when you own multiple pets, whether of the same species or of different species, it's interesting the dynamic that goes on there, right? I think people who don't have pets sometimes get confused, especially when a pet dies. It's like losing a family member, right? It's very sad. But the interesting thing with animals is that they each have their own personality, right? Every single animal, you could have two dogs. Those two dogs have two completely distinct personalities. And they could be of the same, like, specific genotype of dog, right? Two chihuahuas, two golden retrievers. They'll both be different, whether they're male or male, male or female, female, female. So, it's interesting that just as humans, as human beings, pets also have their own distinct personalities. Now, where does a personality essentially really come from? All right? Because if human beings can have distinct personalities, right? And pets have distinct personalities, and there's some commonality there. All right, we may not be dogs, or we may not even had evolved from dogs, but there seems to be some connection, right? Animals seem to have some of the same traits in terms of sentience that we do, and personality is one of them. All right, a distinct personality. It's interesting because I would say that the personality comes from the spirit or the soul. Now, I was having a conversation with my uncle maybe a couple months ago, and we were kind of debating back and forth on whether animals actually are spirit. Do they have spirits and souls, or do they just have spirits? My uncle said that they just have spirits. They're just spirits. Like we as humans have souls. And it kind of like, I kind of sat on it and I was like, wait, yes, we're spiritual beings, right? Everyone is made of spirit. Everyone has a spirit. We all have spirits, right? Or a spirit in us and spirits around us. But it's the soul actually that makes the spirit distinct, right? It's the soul that has the imprints of, their talents, their skills from past lives and many past lives over, right? And I'm a believer. All right, I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comment section below or the chat. I'm a believer that sometimes we can reincarnate as animals. I personally feel like I always dream of lions. I don't know why. I don't know if I had a past life as a lion or something like that. But I believe maybe sometimes we need to go through that to learn that experience, right? So I don't know if I believe that animals are just spirits. I think animals have spirits and they have souls, right? Just like us human beings. And that's where the distinct personality comes from, right? Now, it's also interesting because animals seem to be very spiritual, right? Animals seem to be very in tune with the environment and spirituality. Oftentimes, your pets, your cat, your dog, especially, maybe even your bird, I don't know, your ferret or whatever it is you have, can sense something before you do, right? The ability to sense something that one can't see. How many times have you had a cat go in a corner and just meow at the corner, or try to look like it's attacking something, or a dog barking at nothing but really barking at something, right? Animals seem to have also a sense of deep intuition, especially about their surroundings, right? That's part of their growing up from childhood, birth, into maturity, right? And it's like you could pick any animal, like a lot of the times, because I don't know, I watch animal videos. A lot of the times, even animals in the wild, if they're nursed by a human, and develop into maturity with that human, that animal attaches to that human, right? And becomes, in a sense, a part of their environment in a way, right? There's also a lot of videos where you will have animals who have not seen a human that help them develop from childhood to maturity. So it's like a lot of cat videos or lion videos. It's like lions are always seen as just, scary big cat that can kill you, which is true, right? But also there's something where, once again, if a human births, or what would be a better word? Assists, all right, a lion in from its adolescence, its birth, its childhood to maturity, that lion could be, sent into the wild for 20 years, but come back 20 years later and still remember those humans that helped it from birth to maturity, right? Animals have memory, right? It's interesting. I remember we had a dog named Sheba who died years ago. Sheba, she was a white, I forgot what kind of mixture of pet or dog she was, but she was white, she was beautiful. But we had to give her away for a while, and it was kind of sad because it's like, oh, she's going to forget us. But then we ended up getting her back years later, and of course she never forgot us. She felt right at home, when we brought her back home, essentially, right? So animals, once again, have a lot of similarities with human beings. Once again, they are very spiritual. They do have spirits and souls, and they do have their own distinct personalities, right? So, let's talk about animal totems and signs and messages and symbols. Often God or spirit or your ancestors, whatever it is you believe, will use animals. I also believe a lot of spirits can also, not all, but some spirits can also, what's the word for it? We were talking about it last night. They can transmute their energy, or they can shapeshift into animals or into the spirit or soul of an animal, right? In any given moment, you know, and animals therefore can be used by spirit, God, the ancestors, what so have you, as signs, symbols, all right, from spirit for you, right? So this is where animal totems come in. How many times have you been outside and had a really weird moment with a wild animal and you go, that was really weird. I feel like that meant something. It's usually in that moment you should look up the spiritual meaning of that animal. What is the spiritual meaning of a pigeon? It could be a pigeon. You know, spirit will use a pigeon, all right? Or will connect a pigeon with you in some way, shape, or form to give you a message, right? So you have to look deeper. Also, birds are also symbols of, you know, messages and information anyway, right? It could be an alligator. You know, it could be a fox. Maybe you never see foxes, but one day you, like, in a rare moment see a fox. That probably means something, all right? Things don't happen in this universe by coincidence, all right? And that also includes animals. And we also have to understand that our ancestors, you know, going back to the beginnings of time, had to work with animals, you know, and domesticate the dogs that we now can call pets and the cats and stuff like that, and create a connection with humanity and animals, right? There's also a lot, not all, always, but there's also history of animals sometimes saving humans a lot of the times, right? What do you think that's about? I mean, animals are spiritual beings, right? And that's why I think pets can be so good for people, because animals, once again, are spiritual beings. An animal will sense when you're sad when you don't even know you're sad, or like when you don't, like when you think they don't know, they know. All right. It, once again, different personalities, so they may respond differently. One animal may come up to you and cuddle, another one may just kind of look at you and be like, "Are you good?" Like, you know, everyone's different, right? But all humans are different as well. All right. Abyssinian says, I have a family dog. Even though the dog got very attached to my brother and deems him the owner, I think he was meant to be in the family. Exactly. Hi, Anthea. Thank you for being here. Hi, Celestial Earth Goddess. Are you guys talking about a mole rat from Kim Possible? I heard fish know when there's going to be an earthquake. They start swimming in circles in the fish tank. I believe that. Celestial Earth Goddess says, my grandma said she wanted to be a rabbit, and once in a while a random rabbit will pop up. We also started seeing an orange tiger striped cat after one of my aunts died. See? And those can be signs that maybe they're protecting you, right? One day I was walking Fonzie, and it's interesting because I put, like, when I walk him, I have him on a harness. And on my harness, I'll put, like, crystals or, you know, trinkets, like, for protection and stuff like that, because that's just how my witchy mind thinks. Like, let me protect my cat while we're outside. And I put a Cleopatra one day. Oddly enough, somehow it got lost. I don't know where it is anymore. But one day we were walking, and a fox, just out of nowhere, just, like, starts, like, running, like, maybe, like, 30, 20 feet away from us, and just kind of stops and looks at us. And Fonzie just kind of looks at him, and his tail's wagging, like he's like, his mind's pinwheeling, like, what do I do in this instance? You know, like, do I run after it? Do I look at it? And I'm just like, I wonder what this means in my mind, right? Like, I wish, you know how sometimes they do montages of shows and they just show what everyone's thinking? That's literally that moment, in that moment. I was thinking, I wonder what this means. This means something. Oddly enough, I looked up the meaning of foxes, and one of the meanings was protection. So I don't know if Cleopatra was protecting me or us or something like that, or was showing us a sign or symbol. Like, that's how animal totems and spirituality can show up, right? So I say all this to say, all right, we need to pay more attention to the animals, all right, including our pets and the wild animals, okay? Because a lot of times, to be honest with you, and the wild animals especially are more in tune with nature, so they know more what's going on outside than we do most of the time, all right? We have kind of progressed as a species called, you know, humans, to get used to living indoors and having the safety and protection and blah, 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 right? But those animals out there, they've been, you know, working with nature for eons at this point, right? So let's pay more attention to the animals, okay? Let's pay more attention to the pets, and know that they are spiritual. Okay? I mean, that's the point of this video. What do you guys think about this? Alright, Kevin, let's get to your questions. By the way, if you guys would like a donation for a reading, it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I feel naked without a bracelet on as well. That's, yeah. So, and also I do accept Super Chat. So thank you for your Super Chat. Kevin, what's your donation, or what's your question? Because I'm not trying to reincarnate as someone's naked mole rat. Uh-oh. I know that's right. Well, maybe a naked mole rat can live a fabulous life. You don't know. Alright, Kevin, let's see what your question is. What's the personality of crypto? Thank you for your donation, Jenny. Also, I think someone donated to PayPal. I think that was Arceli. What's the personality of crypto, Spirit? What message do you have to say about this? That's why I think the Egyptians revered animals. I think that's why the Egyptians revered cats especially. Also, the Egyptians, a lot of their gods had animal heads. Which, once again, I do believe a lot of those gods were, not, or maybe not all, but a lot of them I think were human beings at one point. And it wouldn't surprise me if they actually wore animal heads in like ceremonies or rituals. Just saying. Anyways, alright. What's the personality of crypto, Spirit? I get the Ten of Pentacles, so the personality of crypto is meant to create success, abundance. It's meant to generate wealth, I feel. Ten of Pentacles can also signify like a circle, almost. Like a, how do I explain it? Like things always circulating. So money, in this case, probably is always circulating in the cryptocurrency situation, right? So that's what it's meant for. I feel like it's meant to get people wealthy, to keep people wealthy. To be honest, I don't know much about crypto, alright? But this is what I'm getting from this card. By the way, you guys, does that make sense, Kevin? Oh, your dog crypto? Oh my god. Are you serious, Kevin? I thought you meant cryptocurrency. Ugh. Well, anyways, this card is still related to your dog. So I feel like, once again, maybe your dog is meant to bring you some type of, like, abundance. Or he's definitely meant to be part of the family, I feel like, to create some sort of structure. I feel like, also in some weird way, to teach you about, or the family about, I don't know if this is just your dog or like your family dog, but it's meant to teach you about like stability, abundance, or like how to circulate money and keep it circulating in a family setting or in a home setting or in a setting of like, I'm taking care of me, but I'm also taking care of my dog, and I'm also taking care of this or that or this person, right? Like, there's something about crypto that's meant to teach you that. And that kind of makes sense now that you, like, clarify. That's why you always have to be clear with your questions, right? Because there is something about having a pet where it's like, you can't be selfish. You have to factor in the pet's needs. The pet needs, vet visits. The pet needs their teeth cleaned, their teeth brushed on a, consistent basis. I hope you're brushing your pet's teeth, by the way. I brush Fonzie's teeth. I try to brush them every day. Usually it's every other day, but, that's important. Or, of course, water, food, stuff like that. You have to factor in all these things, right? And it becomes like a mindset of, okay, I have to take care of me and this pet. Almost like my child or my family, in a sense. This card would be family. Does that make sense? I see what you mean. Yes, that's a weird dog name. I was like, cryptocurrency? Crypto was the name of Superdog's boy. Who's Superdog? But it was a good accidental question. The Ten of Pentacles is appropriate about a dog. Yeah. So, interesting, you guys. I don't know how many of you watched my Scream 6 live stream, but in that live stream, I predicted that Nev Campbell may be coming back. Alright? It's a possibility. I don't know if you've been hearing the rumors, but it's possible Nev Campbell could return back to Scream 6. So, I'm just saying it may be predicted it, alright? I'm keeping up to date on the rumors, but we may have predicted it there, okay? But anyways, let's get back to these questions. Trying to manifest abundance with that dog name. Yes, exactly. Name also are really important too. Names are really important. I've heard Lamarr in some sort of Middle Eastern speaking country. I think it mean I've heard multiple times it means water or a body of water. I think. I don't know. But I've heard that multiple times. People tell me, "Oh, your name means water," in Middle Eastern, some sort of Middle Eastern. I don't know. I forgot, but it was when I was taking Ubers. All right. Araceli wants to know. I hope Araceli's in the room. Araceli wants to know, on one of my last questions about my crush, you said he was depressed. He had somewhat of an outburst at work today, saying he can't handle being at work anymore. Is he having a midlife crisis? Do you see him leaving? Uh-oh. Is Araceli's crush having a midlife crisis? Will he be leaving his job, Spirit? Means of the sea. That's so interesting. It means of the sea. Wow. That's interesting. Ironically, I'm afraid of the sea. Like, I'm not a person that wants to, like, go on, like, a boat trip or anything like that. No, I'm good. But that's interesting. The Fool card. Lamarr, you on point. Hi, Sarah. Yes, yeah. Thank you. Is he having a midlife crisis? Do I see him leaving? I get the Fool card. So, this doesn't necessarily mean he's leaving, but he could be at a point of, I almost want to say no return, but it almost feels like a point of not knowing where to turn in his life. It's interesting. The Fool is at the ledge here, you know, and you brought up depression. I guess I mentioned last time he had depression, so it's interesting that this, you know, kind of imagery is here. He definitely seems to be going through something. It could be feeling lost. It could be confusion. Once again, it could be not knowing where to turn. But I don't see him leaving at this time. Not quite yet. But he definitely could be going through some sort of confusion. Or it definitely could be a midlife crisis in some way. I'm wondering if something recently happened in his life. Did he, like, experience a traumatic situation? Or something? Alright, let's get to Diana's question. By the way, you guys, I'm doing live reading, so it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Oh, we have to get to Journey's question, by the way. But I do also accept Super Chat. Let's get to Journey's question, and then we'll get to Diana's PayPal. Journey wants to know, when will I be moving out and on my own again? When will Journey be moving out and on their own again? When will Journey be moving out and on their own again? I get the Hermit. When will you be moving out and on your own? I feel like there may be a need to get a bit more organized in some way, shape, or form. More clear on exactly where you're heading in terms of the direction in your life. The Hermit card is a 9 card, so it could be 9 weeks, 9 months. Alright? Maybe things will get more clear to you. You'll have a more clear sense of direction. But I feel like right now, I feel like there's other factors here with the Hermit card coming out that need to be kind of like, you need to get your ducks in a row. So, it could be, maybe your job, it could be debt, it could be, I don't know, there's something else that needs to get in order first. Or maybe mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like it's almost like you need to be ready before you make that leap. All right? But like I said, it could be 9 weeks, 9 months, anytime within that time frame. Thank you to whoever just donated. Thank you, Sarah, for your donation. Remember, you guys, if you would like a live question, it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, but I do also accept Super Chat. Earlier, we were talking about pets and spirits and animals. It was a good topic, I think. All right, so Diana wants to know, what do my canaries, Rocco and Simon, think about me? Thank you, Sarah. You're welcome, Journey. What do Diana's canaries, Rocco and Simon, think about Diana? Wow, I feel like I'm literally being thrust into the eyesight of a canary. I feel like everything's so fast. Like, everything is really fast. It's almost like a magnifying glass. So I don't know if canaries' eyesight is similar to a magnifying glass, but it's like everything's popping in and out, and it's like zooming. I don't know if they fly fast or what. It's very weird. Alright. What do Diana's canaries, Rocco and Simon, think of Diana? I get the moon card. The moon card could be you, maybe feeling like birds are always moving their heads. Oh yeah, they do that. You're right. I feel like maybe you could sometimes be a little bit hard on yourself, wondering whether or not you're a good bird parent, a bird mom. Um, I don't know. Do you let them out often? I feel like sometimes maybe they want to like get out or fly around, not be so constricted or confined. I'm wondering also, do they stay in the same cage at night? Do they like cry a lot at night, or what's going on with night? I feel like there's something related to nighttime in them. Um, it's interesting because I see the two dogs as the birds, but then there's this like lobster here. So is there a third pet, or I'm wondering if they want to be moved. I haven't let them out in a while because they got sick and I'm treating them. Oh, okay. I'm wondering if they want to be moved. Like, oh, one died this year. I'm so sorry. I feel like there's something where it may not seem like the birds understand. Oh, well, they're in the corner. I remember usually when I had a bird, right? When I think a bird was my first pet. I named him Two because that was the only thing I could say. The word two. But I missed Two actually. But I remember at night you had to put like a something over the cage, and it's almost like you would think it wouldn't matter because there's something over the cage at night. So it's like, what does it matter if they're in that corner or that corner? But for some reason, I get that it does matter. So maybe pay more attention to that. I don't know. Have you ever considered moving their cage, or have you ever moved their cage? I feel like there's something about that. Oh, you had three birds. Maybe that's what. I don't know. I feel like the lobster's something else, though. Let's look up the meaning of the lobster. What is the lobster? Spiritual meaning of lobster. If it was a bird, it would be another dog. A lobster often symbolizes that you need to come out of your shell a bit more. Interesting. It says this is especially typical of the lobster animal as your spirit animal. It also encourages you to have a strong shell and stay protective when things get hard and when life comes at you hard and fast. That makes sense because I felt like everything was coming fast, right? Lobsters are adaptable creatures. I feel like there's something there. I don't know. I understand them being sick. Maybe, like, move their cage. Can they go outside? Maybe. Can you move their cage outside every now and then? Like, I don't know. I feel like there could be something with that. Once again, I haven't owned a bird since I was, like, 2, probably. So, but I get something with that. Otherwise, I feel like, oh my god, it makes sense because my birds see me cry sometimes. Yeah. I feel like they recognize that too. I feel like that's why the moon card came out. Like, they're more sentient than you think. Especially if their surroundings, I feel. Does that make sense, Diana? Why do I hear that Chris Brown song? Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere I go. What is that song? Let's get into Sarah's question. Beautiful people. Isn't it that song? That's actually a good song. But I don't know why I'm hearing it in my head right now. Alright, Sarah Vasquez wants to, or Sarah wants to know, sorry. Sarah wants to know, I want to know about my business, how it looks. I'm not sure if to hire people yet. You're welcome, Diana. Is it time for Sarah to hire people for their business? Is it time for Sarah to hire people for their business? Do any of you have pets in the room? Opinions on Mercury, Capricorn, and Sag Venus. Is it on the same person or 2 different people? Is it time for Sarah to hire people for their business? I get the Hi Agua de la Noche, hi Lori. I get the Chariot, so it definitely could be a good idea for you to pursue maybe hiring people at some point soon. The Chariot can be forward movement, but Chariot can be young, youthful energy. I would say maybe 2 people at the most is maybe all you need, but 2 people who have different like skill sets. They could have similar skill sets, but they need to be different and unique in some way, shape, or form. I feel like particularly if there's something about you like wanting to take the next step in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know if like you want to buy a storefront, buy another storefront, take it from online to a storefront. Like there's something about taking the next step with the Chariot card. So it definitely includes hiring people. I would say maybe start out with 2 who have maybe similar but distinct different skill sets as well. That's what I see about that. It is a 7 card, the Chariot, so maybe within the next 7 weeks, 7 months, perhaps. Alright. Let's see. Everywhere, everywhere. Why do I have that song stuck in my head? Everywhere I go. I wonder if Chris Brown's in the room. Is Chris Brown watching? Is that why I'm singing that song? Why am I singing that song? I feel like that means something. Alright, Lori, thank you for your donation. We're going to get to Abyssinian's question, and then we'll get to Lori's question, alright? Remember, you guys, if you would like to donate for a question, it is $5 for 1 question. PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo is what I prefer, but I do also accept Super Chat. How does Zion or Abyssinian's dog feel about them? You want to hire another office. I get the Queen of Swords. How does your dog Light feel about you? with the Queen of Swords coming out, definitely you're someone that's big on commands, maybe communication. I feel like when you speak, he or she definitely understands your inflections in your voice, what you mean when you say certain things. I feel like you may not even be speaking to the dog directly. It may still, to some degree, understand you or understand the context of the situation based on your inflection, what you're saying, certain words, trigger words, stuff like that. Um, so I feel like the dog pays particular attention to your voice or your commands or what you say. All right. The Queen of Swords can be no nonsense. The Queen of Swords can be once again big on communication and straightforward communication. All right. Yes, he does. So true. Sarah Vasquez says, yes, I was thinking 7 months. Yes. I love it. Pets are life. They are. Yeah, expand. I think that would be good for you, Sarah. I think that would be fabulous to expand. Alright, you guys, let's get to these super chats. Remember, it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, but I do also accept super chat. So let's get to Lori's question. Make sure I didn't drop any cards. Lori's question. Will my cat Albert and Einstein be okay on the long drive to New Jersey? Oh, I almost thought it was two cats, Albert and Einstein. I think that would be cute to name two cats Albert and Einstein. Will Lori's cat Albert and Einstein be okay on a long drive to New Jersey? My next cat I get, I think, unless it already has a name, because Fonzie already had his name. I was like, I don't want to change his name, that's his name. So if I get to name my next cat, I'll probably name it something Egyptian. Alright. That's just me, though. I'm sorry. Will Lori's cat Albert and Einstein be okay on a long drive to New Jersey? Uh-oh. I get the Seven of Swords. Albert and Einstein could definitely be a little antsy. You may have to give him or her some things to do or to keep their mind occupied rather than being anxious or worried about the fact that they're out of their element, I feel like he could be very vocal, maybe, or he or she could be very vocal, and they may be uncomfortable, so it depends on how long. But I don't know if you walk your cat or something like that, or I would say if it's more than maybe an 8-hour drive, you may have to take a break and let your cat out, and maybe put them on a harness, a leash, just to get some fresh air and get out of the whatever it is you put them in, I forgot what they're called. The thingies you put them in when you take them to the vet and stuff like that, Oh, it's a 12-hour drive, then yeah, you're probably going to need to give them a break, let them out, let them stretch their legs, stuff like that, okay? Because they definitely he or she or they could have some trouble, alright? I feel like it's more mentally, lots of complaining. Yes, they are brothers, Big Al and Einstein. Oh, I love that. You're welcome, Sarah. I named my kitty Starlight. Okay, let's see. Agua de la Noche, thank you for your donation. Thank you for your donation journey. And Sully. I have a large cray. I want to name my next cat Bast in honor of Bastet. I love that. For some reason, Bast reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. Like Sebastian, or something like that. I don't know. You're welcome, Lori. My cat doesn't like going on car rides. He loves walking now, but he doesn't like going on car rides, so. Agua de la Noche says, what do things look like for me in Hiomora? I felt a good vibe with her, and I'm hoping to move forward with a relationship eventually. What do things look like for Agua de la Noche in Hiomora? What's my energy, spirit? I get the Page of Swords, so I feel like you're probably going to need to take time to continue to connect with her, communicate with her, get familiar in some way, shape, or form. I feel like the biggest way is to make a mental connection, communication. So, there could be intrigue. There could be, once again, good conversation between the two of you. There could be a good mental connection. I think that just needs to develop. I think if these things are already in place right now, they just need to develop to get more familiar with one another. A Page of Swords in this question, in this context, can mean that this relationship is fairly new, all right? Or you may not know each other very well. Or if you know each other already, it's like maybe you're entering a phase of your relationship that is new. Page represents newness, right? So that's what I see. Have you guys ever played Kingdom Hearts? I mean, Future Cat, I've never had one. Bastion is the name. German or something. Bastion, yeah. But I feel like in Kingdom Hearts there was like a thing called, wasn't it called Hollow Bastion? Hollow Bastion, I think is what it was called. It was, was that Beauty and the Beast? It wasn't Beauty and the Beast. It was, what's her name again? I forgot. It was Pete the Dummy. And then the evil mastermind, I forgot what her name is. But anyway, alright, Journey wants to know, will I get the marketing position at RH? Will Journey get the marketing position at RH? You're welcome, Marco de la Noche. Will Journey get the marketing position at RH? I get the Ace of Pentacles, so this definitely could mean a yes. An offer could be made in some way, shape, or form. It definitely could mean they want to move forward in some way, shape, or form. There could be negotiations. Alright, so this definitely could mean yes. There could be an offer made connected to this question. I get a yes. Alright. Ace card is 1, so it could be maybe one day at the earliest, but maybe definitely within 1 week. Probably, I mean, the Ace card can also be a year's time, so, that's very broad, but that's what I see about that. Or 1 month. 1 month's time. Sully says, how is my ex Scorpio feeling about me? Remember, you guys, I'm doing live reading, so it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I think one of you also sent a PayPal or something like that. Let me see. Yeah. PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, but I do also accept Super Chat as well. And right now we're answering a Super Chat, and then we'll go to the PayPals. Let me just double check I'm not missing anyone's questions. Oh, wait. Tawanda. When did Tawanda send this? What time is it? Wow, Tawanda sent this a long time ago. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's get to Tawanda's question. Because she sent this at 12:28. And it's now 12:50 something. Tawanda wants to know, what does my spiritual crew need me to know? Yes, Celestial Earth Goddess. What is Celestial Earth Goddess? Or Tawanda, I think, what does their spiritual crew want them to know? I get the Hierophant, so I feel like there's definitely some male ancestor or male deity around you at this time. You maybe could be going through a situation of needing counsel, spiritual counsel in some way, shape, or form, or spiritual intervention. This could be some sort of spiritual intervention coming through. So, I don't know if you've been praying, I don't know if you've been doing spiritual work or what it is, but, some male ancestor or deity or spirit is hearing your calls and may answer in some way, shape, or form. Alright? It is a 5 card. It could be within the next 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, or any time within that time frame. Why did Diana retract her messages? Alright. What am I missing? That sounds right. Been doing spiritual work. Yes. Alright. Let's get back to Sally, and then we'll answer our Sally's question, and then we'll go back to the super chat. Thank you, Lisa, for your donation. Hi, Michael. How are you? I've been loving your Instagram posts lately. You seem so happy. Alright, so how is Sally's ex Scorpio feeling about Sally? Let's see. I get the High Priestess, so they definitely could be thinking about you. I feel like there's something where they may look at you and think you've grown or you've healed a lot since the breakup. They may recognize that in some way, shape, or form. I feel like they may be watching you unbeknownst to you. I don't know if they're looking at your social media posts or whatever it is, you know. Or they may be trying to tap into your energy spiritually or psychically. There could be some sort of psychic telepathic connection. The High Priestess could also signify dreams. So I don't know if you've had a dream of them, they've had a dream of you. Could be that kind of energy, but there's definitely some sort of connection being made where you're probably thinking of one another, alright? I'm doing amazing and hope you're doing well. Yes, I am. Thank you. Oh, great. That's confirmation. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. So Arceli wants to know, related to that, my last question, did it affect... Related to my last question, did it affect him that we had a fallout and haven't talked in 4 months? We used to just hang out and chill and watch movies. He seemed to enjoy that. Thanks, Lamarr. We appreciate your time with us. Oh, you're welcome. So, Arceli also says, the name Lamarr is primarily a male name of English origin. That makes sense. Apparently I have, well, wouldn't English be like Northern England? I have that in my DNA or whatever. That's interesting. Alright, but I didn't know that. But name Lamarr is primarily a name of English origin that means the sea, from an old French habitational surname, La Mer, meaning the pool or the sea. That's really interesting. Do I need to spend more time with water, maybe? You know, I do love sitting in the shower. I do love water. That actually makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that, Araceli. Alright. Let's see. So the question is, did it affect this crush that Araceli and this crush had a fallout and haven't talked in 4 months? I get the Queen of Cups. I don't feel so really. I don't know if this is you. This could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Someone who's emotionally connected in some way, shape, or form. Or emotionally open. Open to reconnecting. Open to connecting. So I don't know if this is another person he could be talking to or has been talking to. Like, as like maybe a replacement for you or something like that, or someone similar to you. Or this just could be him thinking about you, missing you, wanting to reconnect with you. Maybe understanding that you would be open to that. Like, I feel like he sees you or sees that you're open to him or open to reconnecting to him in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like there's some sort of emotional connection made with you two. Like, I think he enjoyed your hangouts too. So did it affect him? I would say yes, maybe, but I feel like he knows the door's also open for hanging out again or something like that. I feel like he may just be going through something once again. And I take spiritual baths. Yes, I love spiritual baths. I took a spiritual bath last night. I'll probably take one tonight. Yes, you or this morning. Yes, you are a Capricorn fishtail. Yes, Capricorn is the sea goat. Yes. The only really thing with water that scares me is large bodies of water. It makes me uncomfortable. That's my only issue. But I love a shallow water, honey. I used to be a lifeguard too. I love, maybe a 10 footer. After that, I think I'm good. Like if I can't, walk in the water and my feet don't touch anything, that's an issue. Okay, that's just me though. My head could be like it could be up to here with water, but if my feet are still touching something, I'm good, right? But I can swim, so it's weird. Anyway, you have to swim to be a lifeguard. All right. So, I feel like I'm missing something. Hold on. Oh yeah, Michael, you sent a donation. Michael, you sent a donation for 2 questions. So what is your second question? Lamarr needs to be grounded. Yeah. Water actually grounds me. Like spiritual baths, showers, ground me. So that makes sense. Michael wants to know, will I move to Austin, Texas in the future? Will Michael move to Austin, Texas in the future? Interesting. Something probably happened to you in a past life dealing with big bodies of water. I believe that. Yeah. Because that's just not my judge. I'm not, no. I don't want to go on a cruise. I'm just, you know. Why are these, oh, okay. I get it. Okay, will Michael move to Austin, Texas in the future? I guess a 3 of Cups, so this could be a yes, maybe within the next 3 years, definitely. 3 is a number of expansion, 3 is a number of good luck, optimism. It's also a number of long distance travel, and higher education, higher learning. So I feel like maybe this move to Austin, Texas could deal with you expanding in some way, shape, or form, expanding your life, expanding your future, or something like that. It could come with some sort of opportunity. All right. Thank you to whoever just donated. Thank you, Maria, for your donation. Alright, we'll get to Michael's second question, and then we will get to Maria's question. Will my art show in November go well? Let's see. Will Michael's art show in November go well for Michael? Will Michael's art show in November go well for Michael? Well, good for you for getting an art show. I feel like... Will it go well? I get the 7 of Cups. There could be some good things and some bad things. I feel like it's definitely going to be a learning lesson. Oh, thank you, Lisa, for your donation. I think it definitely could be a learning lesson in some way, shape, or form. I feel like there's certain things you're gonna learn that it's like I won't do that again, or I'll do this differently next time. So I feel like in some way it'll definitely be like you're gonna learn some things. You're gonna learn the tricks of the trade. With the 7 of Cups, though, it definitely could be spiritually fulfilling. I don't know. I feel like with this art show, you may want to, I don't know, I don't want to dictate what type of art you show, but I feel like maybe there needs to be some sort of spiritual connection in some way, shape, or form, or a spiritual basis to some things that you present. I'm also wondering, is this like a competition, or is this just a showing, like a gallery showing? But, the 7 of Cups isn't, it'll go bad. There's just going to be some things that you may not, like, be necessarily happy about, or there may be some things that trip you up. Like there may be some things, it could be little things where someone comes up to you and asks you a question and you're like, oh, I didn't think about that. Now I have to come up with an answer. But it's like after you get through that, it's like, okay, now I know next time when someone asks that, I'll say this. Or, you know, maybe you'll start thinking of other questions people will ask, and it's like, I'll say this if they ask that. I feel like it's like that kind of thing where, you know, you could be presented with things on the fly. There may be things that are unexpected, but it's a learning lesson. I feel like it'll go well for the most part outside of that. Makes a lot of sense because it will be my first one. Yes, Michael, exactly. Let's get to Lisa's super chat. Uh-oh. Hi, Martin. Lisa wants to know, will we move to the home on Foothill this coming month? Thank you. It will be with 3 other artists as well. Oh, yes. Congratulations. Why did they block that? I'm confused. Anyway. Good for you, Michael. I feel like... Did I predict this? I feel like we've talked about this before. Anyways, Lisa wants to know, will we move to the home on Foothill this coming month? Will Lisa move to the home on Foothill this coming month? Uh-oh. We'll take that one. I don't know where... Oh. Uh-oh. I get the Knight of Cups. Thank you, Evelyn, for your donation. Thank you, Diana. I get the Knight of Cups, so it's possible, yes, that you will move to your home on Foothill this coming month. There could be some delays, maybe, or some things that you may still need to be worked on. It could be water. It could deal with water. See the drainage of water here or something like that. So, I don't know. I feel like it's possible you could move in, but there still may need to be some stuff worked out even after you move in, or some things finalized. So to feel like we're moved in, but like we're not settled. You know, does that make sense? We're not settled yet. It could be like that kind of thing. All right. All right. Let's see. Let me just double check everything and make sure I didn't miss anyone's donations. You're welcome, Lisa. Let me check Venmo. Let me check my other phone. Okay. We check Cash App, Venmo, Cash App. I think we got caught up with the super chats. So let's move to the PayPals. For some reason, I have a taste for tuna. But not like a tuna sandwich. I'm weird. I like to make tuna but eat it with crackers. Does anyone else do that? I have a taste for that. Anyway. Tuna and crackers. That sounds really good. Alright. I haven't eaten all day, by the way. But I still have my green drink, so... What is hidden from me that I really need to know about? Diana wants to know. What is hidden from Diana that Diana really needs to know about, Spirit? What message do you have about this? I like tuna with crackers too. Yeah, it's so good. It's like such a good snack, but it's like, it can literally be its own meal. Tuna and crackers. Well, it usually goes best with something on the side. Like soup too, maybe? Or something like that. It's usually good as a side dish. I love sardines on toast. You know, I've recently gotten into sardines and anchovies. So good. Really, really good, actually. And good for you, too. Alright, what is hidden from me that I really need to know about? What is hidden from Diana that Diana needs to know about, Spirit? What message do you have about this? The Ace of Wands shows up. What is hidden from you that you really need to know about? The Ace of Wands can be an energy of needing to move forward in some way, shape, or form. moving in a new direction or in a certain direction in which you're assured of yourself, confident, things of that nature. Um, this card can also mean that you need to move more confidently. You have it within you to move confidently, to be confident. You have it within you to like move in a direction and make it happen. So there could be a direction in which you're already thinking about moving in, and spirit could be saying, just go for it, do it. Like, you know, there's something where I feel like it's something you're going back and forth and going forward with, but I feel like there may be something hidden, some sort of hidden talent or hidden lucrativeness there for you. So maybe it's like, I don't know, spirit, what would be a good example? Maybe you've thought about doing something with pets, like walking dogs or walking cats, or having a cat, you know, or dog or pet walking business or pet care business, but you're going back and forth on it. Well, you know, I would have to invest money, or well, I'd have to look into it and this and that. But this card coming out is saying maybe you have a hidden talent there. Maybe, you know, there's something there. Just move forward with it. So that's what I get. Once again, an example, but I hope it made sense. Yum, seafood is my favorite food. Good thing it's healthy too. Yes, I can't eat all seafood, so I have to be careful. But because I can be allergic, like shrimp especially, certain crab especially if it's uncooked, lobster if it's uncooked as well. But I love fish. I love salmon, child. I will fry me up a salmon. Salmon's good also baked. Pan fry it in some breadcrumbs and like, you know, stuff like that. It's so good. But yeah, I really have a taste for some tuna. Tuna mixed with a little bit of mayonnaise. I like to mix in with a little bit of Ajvar sauce or something red. Like maybe you can do a marinara sauce. I don't know. Make your own, you know, red sauce because I just like a little bit of color. And then you season to taste. Really simple. Some salt and pepper. You know, something like that. It's really good though with garlic salt specifically. So maybe garlic salt and pepper. All right. Anyway, my mouth is watering. All right. Let's get to these questions. I think someone else sent a question. Did someone else not send a question? Oh, it must be that creative content I've asked you about before. Wink, wink. Oh, yes. It definitely could be that. I was like, what? But yeah, it definitely could be that. Evelyn, you sent a donation for a question. What's your question, Evelyn? Let's just double check we didn't miss anything. You're welcome, Diana. I want tuna casserole. No, I don't think I've ever had tuna casserole. Maybe I have. I'd be open. Tuna's really good for you, actually. And it's cheap. And if you have cats, if you have dogs, I assume I feed it to my cat as a treat every now and then. By the way, please don't feed your pets. I know it's cute every now and then. I don't do it at all. Please don't feed your pets human food. Please don't feed them chips and cakes and cookies, okay? Please. Or if you're going to do that, brush their teeth. Alright? I would not do it, period. But, you know, treats like that are typically good. Dogs are a bit different, though. Dogs can eat, like, they have a different palate. Cats, like, you know, they're basically carnivores, right? You know, so... or mainly carnivores. So stuff like that can be really good for them. Tuna right out of the can, they love that. Alright. Alright, let's get to Evelyn's question. By the way, you guys, I'm doing live readings, remember, so it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, but I do also accept Super Chat. Alright. Evelyn wants to know... Hold on. Me too. I like tuna on those club butter crackers with some tapatio soup, tapatio sauce, crops on top of each cracker. That sounds so good. I also like to add, look at me acting like Wendy Williams. I also like to add maybe some cheese every now and then. I probably won't do cheese, I probably won't do cheese, tuna and crackers, but cheese and crackers are really good. by themselves. Cheese, crackers, and anchovies is even better. Cheese, crackers, and hot sauce sounds kind of good, but I like organic hot sauce. Anyways, I'm sorry, Evelyn. I'm hungry. I think we're all hungry. Alright. Evelyn wants to know. Yes, my question is, my new cat, Charlie, doesn't get along with my other cats, Cash and Chiquita. Do you think they will eventually get along? Well, Evelyn's cat, Charlie... Yeah, Wendy does that. I know. I feel like her mouth waters like mine when good food comes up. Okay, so Evelyn wants to know, will Evelyn's cat Charlie get along eventually with Cash and Chiquita? I love how they all have C names. Alright, uh-oh. I get the devil card. I don't know if they'll be best friends. I feel like over time they may learn to tolerate one another. I feel like, I feel like they could come from different perspectives. I feel like there's definitely some dominance going on, or dominance issues. I'm the leader. No, I'm the leader. No, I'm the leader kind of thing. I feel like Cash and Chiquita already have their dynamic going on. And so Charlie coming in is like Charlie's kind of having, I mean, not literally, but Charlie's kind of having to fend for himself. I don't know where Charlie came from, his backstory, but once again, I feel like they have completely different like perspectives or backgrounds in terms of where they came from. So I don't know if they're, at least for right now, I mean, this is a 15 card, so maybe it could take 15 days, 15 weeks, maybe 15 months. You know, it could be 15 months, to be honest with you. Because animals, you know, it takes a while for them to get used to stuff. So, I don't know. I wouldn't expect them to be best friends right away. But right now, with the devil card coming up, this is some toxic energy, alright? So, but I do feel like you need to keep introducing them, like, every now and then. Like, don't completely keep them separate forever, alright? But don't expect them to be best friends right away either, okay? I feel like maybe one of them can be very abrasive. I feel like it's Charlie maybe, or Cash, one of them. Alright. Yeah, Wendy does. I know, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day. Which is my fault. It's not like I did it on purpose. It just happens where eating isn't... Unless I'm really hungry like this, eating is not my top priority. Believe it or not, alright? So... But it could be my Capricorn. I noticed a lot of Capricorns are that way. We don't eat until we have to eat. So... I'm working on it, alright? Evelyn says, yes, I've been trying to introduce them to each other slowly. Yeah. That's all you can do right now. You're welcome, Evelyn. I love this chat about animals. I love how everyone has their own animals. Once again, it's basically reaffirming what I said, how every animal has their own personality. They don't always get along, just like us humans don't always get along, so... I think, once again, we just need to look at animals differently. By the way, make sure you guys like the video. Do you guys have any favorite animals? What are some of your favorite animals? I love tigers and lions. I love cats. I really like birds a lot, too. I like dogs. My pets that I've owned over my life. I wish we could share pet pictures here. I know, right? What types of pets have you guys owned over your lifetime? The pets I've owned, I've had birds, or one bird really. I've had hamsters. I had a gerbil. That didn't go well. Of course, I've had many dogs, cats. I think that's it. And unless you consider, you know, rats, you know, when we first moved in one of our houses, I will never forget, they were building the houses, so you know when they build stuff, it's kind of like an experiment testing, so it's easy for rats and rodents to get up in there. Child, one day I woke up, I went to go get some breakfast, and a rat ran across the cabinet, the newly built cabinet. Oh my god. Alright, so if you consider those pets, we go for it, alright? What about you guys? By the way, I am doing live readings once again, so it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo, but I do also accept Super Chat. I used to want a monkey when I was in elementary school. I actually like monkeys, but they can be dangerous depending on what type. But believe it or not, this is something that is really news to me and crazy. Did you know that gorillas, like wild gorillas, can actually be very friendly? I don't know if I were in the wild, I would want to be friendly with a gorilla, to be honest with you. But they can actually be quite friendly, you know. You're not supposed to look them in the eyes, though. Diana says, I love cats, birds, cheetahs, koalas, turtles. Yes. Evelyn says, yes, I love cats, birds, rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters. I had a dog, and my family has had different dogs and cats. Yeah. Diana says, I've had birds, fish, a turtle, chicks, an iguana, a rabbit, and I've had many temporary pets too. I've always wanted a rabbit. Chickens are cute too. When they're chickens or when they're chickies, little, you know. Chiana says, my dog has been missing for about 2 years now. Wow, I'm so sorry. That's one of my worst fears. Celestial Earth Goddess says, yeah, gorillas are actually even-tempered and less provoked, but chimps can be temperamental. Yeah, chimps can be dangerous. I don't know if it's chimpanzees or there's another one, I don't know, where they can actually, like, kill you, actually. Hi, Mona Nicole TV. Mona Nicole TV says, it's Kevin from Atlanta, Georgia in the chat. He was here earlier. I don't know where he's at now. But he was here earlier. Yes, Chiona. I know an occultist that has pet chickens, it's funny. They make a lot of noise. I don't know if I could have a pet chicken. But I do eventually want to get a pet bird. I thought I wanted at one point, what are those white birds called? Not the parrots, but the really loud ones. I thought I wanted one of those, but apparently they can be a lot, and they live till they're like 80. So, child, they may outlive me. All right. But I do want a bird. I actually really do like birds, but of course that won't be smart with a cat. So. Parakeets, no, they're the white birds. They talk. I forgot what they're called. They're really funny. When you look up videos of them, they're like really funny. Maria, yes, thank you, Maria. Hi, my question is, what is the energy around me and my friendship? Edited from Cash App. What is Maria's... What's the energy around Maria and their friendships? No, not a parrot. Is it? I think is it called a cockatoo? Yeah, Diana, cockatoos. I think they're called cockatoos. What is the energy around your friendships? There could be some secrecy surrounding your friendships, Maria. There could be some things that you feel or sense but aren't being said or validated. Or this could be vice versa. So certain friendships could be going through kind of a shadowy period. Where there's smoke and mirrors or something like that. Or there could be a lot of energy like, did I do something wrong? Did I upset you? Like, you know, I feel like you and these people could just be going through the motions, but there are some emotional shifts happening in your friendships that could be affecting your relationships with your friends. Some friends, there could be distance or something like that. There could be taking things personally. Also, there could be an affecting by the moon. We do have a moon event that just went on. All right. Mona Nicole TV says, Diana, really good. I was hoping to see the Cap or Zuri. I guess they already went to bed. I actually haven't seen Zuri in a while. The Cap, he doesn't really. The Cap energy is more so someone that like listens and watches. He's a Capricorn. I wouldn't be surprised if he's listening or was listening at one point. By the way, someone reached out to me recently about wanting to do a collab. They want to interview me. I still have to look at the email though. But I think they're into like supernatural ghost stuff. So, ciao. We may have an interview coming soon, possibly. Can I get a general reading? Thank you, Zion, for your donation. Abyssinia wants a general reading. What general message or messages does Spirit have for Abyssinian? I get the Five of Pentacles. What general messages does Spirit have for you? Fives deal with communication, the mind. Five can also deal with work, job. It also can deal with your daily routine, your health. There could be a lack of resources at this time, or a lack of direction in terms of finding resources or something like that, or feeling like you're getting paid or getting what you deserve. Like there's something like that. Like there's a lack of maybe support, possibly. Like there's something about, and maybe in your mind, once again, the way you think at this time, or you may be going through this process of, I feel like once again I'm not getting what I deserve. I'm not getting paid what I deserve, or I'm not like, I'm just getting by. Like there's this kind of mindset here. Alright. I feel like it does deal with a mindset. Maybe they're stressed right now, maybe around finances, money, or work, something like that. Maybe there's a need for some sort of change. And it could be maybe not even a drastic change, a slight change where maybe you just take more time for yourself to de-stress. There's a need for a change in some way, shape, or form. Alright? With those things. Okay, maybe I should too. True, they change a lot. I took Boutique off many, it makes sense. Oh, that's Mona Nicole Boutique. Yeah, y'all change y'all names a lot. But, I haven't heard from Aisha in a while either, actually. There's a couple people I haven't heard from as well in a while. A couple clients that keep coming up as well in my mind. I'm like, I haven't heard from them in a while. Hope they're doing okay. But, you know, I'm always here. So. Alright, you guys, should we pull a card for the week? What message does Spirit have for us about the rest of the week? Actually, it's almost the end of the week. We're at Thursday. What message does Spirit have for us for the weekend? Let's do that. Spirit, what message do you have for us about the upcoming weekend? It's Thursday. Gotta get up on Thursday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, yeah. Alright. What spirit do you want us to know about the weekend, the upcoming weekend? Ooh, I get the Death card. So this upcoming weekend, there could be a change in some way, shape, or form. There could be an ending. There could be a transition that could happen. Don't be surprised. Don't be alarmed. Alright. Maybe there's something that needs to end, something that needs to shift in our lives at this time, this upcoming weekend. The Death card can also symbolize that, once again, a lot of us are just in a period in general in our lives of change and transition. But it could be, once again, it could feel very apparent this weekend in some way, shape, or form. Also be careful of isolating yourself. Alright, for too long or too long periods of time. Like something like that. Open your windows, because there's something about this shift or change or whatever evolution you're going through could cause some anxiety, and being too closed in may make it worse, right? Bassinian says, that is how makes sense. I do feel bored and the day to routine is a bit annoying. I have been feeling a bit annoyed, but with my job though, I don't feel like I get paid enough. Oh, that makes sense. Yes. Yes. Okay, yeah. Mona Nicole says, come on, Spirit, and give us a good old one, a tall, handsome, mentally mature man. Hi, Abyssinian. That would be wonderful, right? A tall, handsome, mentally mature man. Emphasis on mentally mature, alright? I love that. But it's interesting. It's interesting that the death card comes up upon the new moon that we just had. We had a new moon yesterday. By the way, you guys, I don't know if you guys, because we all are night owls. I don't know if you guys are dance people or music people, but whenever there's a moon event, a full moon or a new moon, there's a really good YouTuber actually that DJs. He's also an astrologer, and I love his DJ sets when he does it during like the moon cycles, the full moon or a new moon. He did one last night, but they usually get taken down. His name is the Leo King or the Leo Kingdom. Look him up, follow him, or subscribe to him. He's actually really nice too, and really handsome. Diana says, Diana, I knew that you would get a giggle out of that comment was for you. With money. Yes, Diana, with money, child. Did I just hear something? Abyssinian says, yeah, I'm sorry I butchered that whole paragraph, but thank you. You're welcome, Abyssinian. I really want to go to the movie theater this weekend. What movie do you guys suggest? Have any of you seen a good movie lately? Dana, yes, heavy pockets. Who loves to share that money? Yes, child. Especially in this day and age. That's very important. More important than ever, alright? So for those of you who are just joining, we had a lovely chat earlier about pets and animals and spirituality and animal totems. So I would look at the replay, alright, once this is posted. Look back at that chat. Elvis was good. I went last night. I do want to see that. I do want to see Elvis. I think it's between Elvis and the Black Phone. Maybe I'll make 2 trips to the movies. I don't know. The movies are so expensive lately, though. Yeah, we need to be specific because there are many wealthy men out there who are very cheap. This is true. There's actually a lot of men who are wealthy that don't tell you they're wealthy or, like, show you they're wealthy. Which are the cheap ones, usually. That's why it's good to have your own, ladies and gentlemen, as well. Like that Neo song. Guys, I'm really craving some tuna fish and crackers. Do I even have crackers? I think I have some crackers. I need to go buy some more. There's a cute black guy at Wawa that I work at. He's dark skinned. I don't know how old he is. He looks kind of young. I don't like too young. Anything younger than like 25, I'm kind of like, actually, like, for fun, anything younger than 23, I'm like, you know. So I don't know, but he's really cute. Anyway. Hi, Anthea. Diana says, I want my own, but I want to spend theirs. Period, Diana. Period. With a T at the end. Mona Nicole TV says, Diana, they are very cheap. I met one. I was like, boy, bye, and blocked him when he called me. Ooh. He must have been really cheap. I do want to make a trip to Chicago, though. Does anyone live in Chicago? There's a bar, a gay bar that I want to go visit. It's called Roscoe's in Chicago. Lamar's giving cougar vibes. Raw, yes. Well, I attract young a lot of the times. I don't know why, but I mainly attract young. Yeah. So maybe also a man that likes to spend money, but also likes to travel. Like, it's not boring, you know? I think that's important. What's the point if you have all that money and nowhere to go or nothing to do, you know? I could actually use a good vacation, to be honest. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, have to get away. Vacation, wish it would never end. Dun, 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 dun. Lamarr, can you give us a storytime video someday about the worst date you've been on? Yes, that's actually a really good topic because there's quite a few of them. There's one in particular I can think of that is really weird, that has a really even weirder twist at the end of it. I might have some picture proof actually as well. I don't know if I can post it though. I probably shouldn't post it actually. But that would be a good story time. By the way, if you guys wanna, I do have a second channel. I think Diana might be alluding to my second channel. That's a good point. Make sure you guys subscribe to my second channel. Let me actually pull it up so you guys can see and know what it looked like. Alright. We're getting some subscribers over there. I don't post that often, to be honest, but for as you know, as often as I do post, not bad. Alright, we're getting up there. So make sure you all follow my second channel, Lamarr Does Life. Do you guys like, of course I designed my thumbnail myself, alright? Took a couple hours. But love and light, alright? We have the heart here, and then I put the candle here to represent light. So I love that. But yes, subscribe to my second channel, Lamarr Does Life. I do a lot of storytime videos. I do cooking videos, as you can see. I think a video is going to be coming soon about the types of hair products I use for my hair, because a lot of you talk about how soft my hair looks. By the way, you can't see with this lighting, but my hair is actually really soft. Can you guys see? There you go. That's my hair without the harsh lining. My hair is like super soft, so I just use oils in my hair, and I don't know, I keep it really simple. I probably need to moisturize it though. But yeah. I can blur out their face. You're right, Diana. I can blur out their face. That's actually a good idea. Subscribe. Thank you, Anthea. Alright, let's see how much battery we have left. Ooh, chum. We're at half battery. Alright. So if any of you want last minute questions, it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. But I do also accept Super Chat. Don't post it. People love to sue. They love lawsuits in California. Coming from Texas, I was like, damn. Yeah, I don't know if I will post it. I might blur out his face, but it's interesting. It ties into the story. I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say he might not ever see it. Alright? Possibly. That's Lamar's Martha Stewart Meets Spirituality channel. Yes, I love that. That is my Martha Stewart Meets Spirituality channel. Thank you, Diana. I love that. Martha Stewart is actually an inspiration. She looks fabulous for her age. She knows how to cook, and she's very bougie. Alright? She only likes the best, so I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. I love Diana's description. Martha Stewart Meets Spirituality. You know, wouldn't you love actually to see Martha Stewart with the spirituality channel? I feel like that would be a good channel actually. Probably would be a lot that we couldn't afford, right? But it would still be good to, you know, humor Martha anyway. They do love to sue here in California. I didn't know that they love to sue in California. Well, it didn't take place in California. It took place here in Virginia, and it was years and years ago. But to be honest, have I gone on a date recently? I don't think I've gone on a date recently. But that could change. But that's not surprising that they love to sue in California. I mean, it's California. I was actually looking up some rates yesterday. Apparently, California is one of the top places where there's like overdoses for like drugs. So that was actually kind of surprising. But it was by race, and the highest races I think were white and maybe Hispanic. I don't really remember. I have to go look back at it. But yeah, it was interesting. So, but the to be honest, the rates for Virginia were pretty high too. So, yes, they need to stop. I know the attorneys are millionaires out here. I love a lawyer. All right, I love a lawyer. I've only had one lawyer in my life, and I still follow him on Instagram. He still messages me or emails me every now and then. He's really cute, but I think he's married, so obviously I'm not interested. But if he weren't married, yeah. But also lawyers, their job takes up a lot of their time. So you may have some money, but he may not be there to spend it with you. I mean, unless that doesn't bother you, then go for it. But I kind of want my man to be there to like spend his money with me, right? That's what I want. Not, what's your card number again? That's not what I want. Give me, give me, give me a man after midnight. Want somebody help me chase the shadows away. Oh yes, they're shady too. In California, I mean, once again, does not surprise me. But men from anywhere can be shady. People from anywhere can be shady. Lamar's gonna be a trophy wife to a rich attorney. Uh, let's send that up to God, Diana, and pray that it happens. That would be amazing. I would still be doing my readings. I'd still be doing YouTube and social media, but I would just be more elevated and more probably pretty. All right. I'll probably hire a personal trainer. I don't want surgery. I'm not big on surgery or plastic surgery. Also, I don't need it. All right. That would be lovely. We would go on lovely vacations. I could afford Pat McGrath makeup. Hi, Misty. Good night, Mona Nicole. I think I'm going to sign off too soon. Working just because you enjoy it, not because you need to. Period, Diana. Yes. I had a friend tell me once. I told a friend once that like I wanted like one of my like secrets or like thing was I wanted to marry an attorney, and she said I won't name her name, but she was like basically in a sense, whoa, like let's not shoot for the stars there. It's not that it couldn't happen, but I was kind of like, needless to say, we're not friends anymore. But yeah. I don't know, I believe I could get an attorney. But I do have to, for an attorney, you have to elevate yourself, right? I mean, it's just true. But I'm still young and pretty enough to make it happen. That's the point, okay? I was going to say something else, but I'm not going to be shady. Because she might be watching, so. That's shady, right, Diana? Very shady. So, we're not friends anymore, needless to say. But how are you doing, Misty? Once again, if you're just coming in, we had a lovely conversation earlier about pets, animals, and spirituality. All right? Pets and animals are very spiritual. I want everyone to be paying more attention to the wild animals when we're out in nature. That bird that, gets a little bit too close to you may be your ancestor, maybe a spirit guide, maybe spirit trying to bring you some sort of message. Pay attention to your surroundings, right? Misty says definitely don't want or need a negative Nancy. Exactly, Misty. Yes. Yeah. And that's a good point, Misty. Like, for everyone in the room, don't have people like that around you. Shoot for the stars, all right? Be the most fabulous, amazing version of yourself and believe that anything could happen. You know, if I want a lawyer, I can get a lawyer. There's some things I probably need to, continue to level up about myself, right? I'm on that track. I'm losing weight. All right, I'm elevating my look and stuff like that. It can happen. Don't let anyone dim your light, all right? Just don't do it, okay? I saw a burn on my card yesterday. That was probably Spirit AJ, or AG. We rebuke them exactly, Diana. Birds, I think, are like the number one, and this is why I love birds. Birds are like the number one. Whenever like there's birds and they're acting like, I don't know, there's something about them where I'm like, I feel like this means something. That's usually my number one clue that, like, it's spirit. Birds, I think, are the easiest way for spirit to come through because they're messengers, right? They fly. You know the symbolism of a bird with like the letter in its mouth, the stork and the baby, right? They're messengers of things. So, birds are really spiritual, and their evil eyes, right? Get your evil eyes off of me. I forgot how the lyrics go. That was a couple of years ago. Get your evil eyes off of me. Yes. Actually, speaking of evil eyes, I was thinking about doing an evil eye makeup look one day. Spirit keeps showing me an evil eye makeup look. I'm like, I want to do that one day. So, I see crows near my place a lot, but they're not negative to me. Yeah, I don't think crows are negative. I think crows can bring omens, possibly, and stuff like that, but it doesn't mean it's negative. It just means, once again, pay attention. There may be something coming, right? I'll tell you a story about Kevin Samuels. Maybe a couple days before Kevin Samuels died, I think I still have this picture. There were like, maybe it was a day before, I don't remember. There were like 4 or 5 big birds. I don't know if they were crows or vultures, near the dumpster, and which never happens. I might still have the picture. And I remember distinctly walking up because I was taking out my trash, and I remember distinctly walking up and seeing the birds. I was like, first of all, I'm not going up there because they are huge, all right, and they look scary. And then I was like, second of all, I feel like this means something. Like, this means something. Let me see if I still have the picture, because I took a picture because I was like, this means something for sure. Crap, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Oh. I see some inappropriate pictures in here I probably need to delete at some point. Oh my gosh, where's this picture? When did Kevin Samuels pass away, you guys? In May? Hi, Melissa. Hi, Veron. Here it is. Can you guys see? Can you guys see those big birds? There's one right here. They look like crows now that I'm looking back at it. I'll zoom in. Can you see those 3 big crows right there? Ciao. Needless to say, I didn't go up to it. And then look at this one right here on the floor. Look how big it looks. It looks like it's running or something. This means something. Oh, child, I hope I'm not showing that person's license plate. I don't think I am. This means something. This bird never shows up. I've never seen this bird only until I took this picture. And then a couple days later, Kevin Samuels dies. So I'm telling you, pay attention. These animals, they can be omens sometimes. They can bring messages. Like I said, Spirit will use them to bring messages forth. Those naughty pics, right? Yeah, I need to delete those. Or put them in a secret folder. They are turkey size, right? They're huge. I love the backdrop you used to have with the evil eye. Oh, in my room? Yeah, I stopped filming in there. I saw a coyote on my walk today. Scared me, but he just looked at me and then ran away. That means something, Melissa. By the way, coyotes look scary. I've never seen a coyote in person. I don't think I want to. Did you know that wolves are humongous in person? I've never seen one in person. I don't think I want to see a wolf in person either, but apparently they're humongous. Them crows swear get bigger every year. Yeah. Also, speaking of animals, has anyone ever been to Australia? Oh my god, those animals out there seem so scary. Could you imagine waking up one day and seeing a huge spider in your corner? Because that happens in Australia, apparently. Or in your car, opening up your visor and a spider pops out. See, I had to take a breath right there. This is so scary. Alright. Animals can be scary sometimes. Let's keep it real. But us humans can probably be scared of animals too, you know. Crows can bring wit, wisdom, and could be good luck. Yes, I love wolves. I want to hug a koala. I feel like that would be cute. Don't they move really slow, koalas? I want to swim with dolphins one day because they seem really friendly and fun. I do want to see maybe a tiger or a lion or a not a bear, definitely not a bear, or a wolf up close. But I don't know if I want to like maybe be behind a glass or something like that, you know. But they do have wolf sanctuaries, so maybe I'll go to a wolf sanctuary one day. I'd be open. I'd be scared probably, but I'd be open. I can't stand insects. Me either. I'm not an insect person. I'm sorry. You know, I know the ants and the roaches have their own place in the kingdom. Not in my household. Okay, that's the one place they don't belong. Is in my household. Okay. Yes, indeed. Have you ever seen a wolf in person? Has anyone ever seen a wolf in person? I feel like wolves are part of my spirit animals. Also, wolves are, you know, very connected to Native American culture too. That's the one thing that sucks about living in apartments. It hasn't been that bad lately at all. It's actually been pretty good lately. But bugs. Bugs not even from your own place. I keep my place clean. Y'all have seen my place on you know, video before. It's always clean, you know, always tidy. Y'all know how I like to keep my stuff, you know. But y'all, you know, I don't know if other people are keeping their place tidy and clean. And I can't control that, you know. So that's the only thing that kind of sucks about apartment living. But we're moving on up eventually, okay? I love wolves for everything that they represent and how they take care of their partners. Yes, wolves are very pack oriented, very family oriented. However, there's the lone wolf. They can also fend for themselves on their own. So I love that about wolves. You know the saying, you can throw, you know, someone with a pack of wool, or you throw someone with the wolves and they come out leading the pack. It's that kind of thing. I was actually reading a story. I don't know if it's 100% true, but there's this guy. I forgot. He's a white guy, but apparently he went in the wilderness, like in the some sort of forest, maybe Amazon forest. I don't know, and kind of like hung out with the wolves for like a couple months or something like that, and they actually accepted him into the pack. Oh, I leave food out for my ancestors and we don't get bugs. You must live in a nice place, Diana. Because I would never. Also, I have a cat, though, because, you know, with Fonzie, I don't trust Fonzie. Fonzie will lick the water on my altars. So, it sucks because sometimes, you guys know, a good way to also get rid of negative energy is to keep water on your altars, but not just any water. Water specifically with a little bit of sea salt. Especially if you work with deities who are connected to the sea, because the sea by nature is salty, right? So, like a Yemeya or something like that, or an Oshun, right? But Fonzie, of course, pets will get in all that type of stuff, so you have to just be careful. Fonzie, that's disrespectful, I know. You know. You know how cats are, child. But yes. We've been on for about 1 hour and 44 minutes. Why not? Let's just make it 2 hours. Let's see if we can make it 2 hours before my camera dies. So, once again, if you guys want any last minute questions, it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I do also accept Super Chat, so get your last minute questions in before I sign off for the night. I probably will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Alright. But I'll probably be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Unless I go out. If I don't go out, I'll be back tomorrow. If I don't show up tomorrow, I probably went out. Or I had readings to do. Lamarr, what's your favorite thing about being a cat dad? Learning how to take care of another human or another being. I feel like being a cat dad is preparing me for being eventually a real dad. You know, when I do eventually get my husband, who's maybe a lawyer, alright? Friend out there, ex-friend, alright? Or, you know, something like that. Maybe he has his own children or something like that, right? But I think that's one of my favorite things I love about being a cat dad is it's preparing me to take care of other human beings, you know. I love that. If you don't show up tomorrow, I'm posting a missing sign. Thank you, Energy Maven, for your donation. What is the real... Energy Maven's first question is, what is the real reason my distant male friend, Ephaon, reached out yesterday? What is the real reason that Energy Maven's distant male friend, Ephaon, reached out to Energy Maven yesterday? I get the Ace of Wands, so I feel like this guy, Ephaon, wants to move forward in some way, shape, or form. Maybe move forward with your connection again, or move forward in some sort of different way. I don't know the context of your situation. But definitely moving forward in some way, or touching base with a purpose of moving forward. Alright? So I don't know if this person will come to you with an idea, or something like that. Ace of Wands, yeah. It could also be, once again, more than friends. I'm not sure, right? You know, but definitely moving forward in some way, shape, or form. Okay? He's way too flirty. I called him on it months ago and he got salty. Yeah, I kind of felt that energy. With the Ace of Wands coming out, I was like, Alright, ciao. Your second question is, what do I need to be aware of for the month of July? What does Energy Maven need to be aware of for the month of July? What does Energy Maven need to be aware of for the month of July? He cheated on his wife already with someone else. I'm steering clear. He's on thin ice. That's a really big red flag. What do you need to know for the month of July? I get the Two of Pentacles. Maybe save your money. Maybe for a rainy day. The Two of Pentacles can be emotion, so you could also be juggling a lot in the month of July. You probably will need to take time for yourself and your emotions to stay emotionally balanced, emotionally grounded, alright? I feel like you're going to need to take time for yourself in order to, like, be able to deal with your responsibilities. Otherwise, I feel like you could get overwhelmed, you could become anxious or something like that. So just remember in July to take time for yourself. You're no good for others, or you're no good for your job or whatever your responsibilities are if you yourself aren't stable, you know, emotionally stable and in a good place. So, but once again, save money, All right. Preserve your energy, preserve your resources. All right, and preserve your emotions in July. Yeah, he was there for me in a difficult time. Oh, that makes sense. Years ago, but I think the friendship is unhealthy now. That happens. That's what happened with me and my ex-friend. And that's okay. I think once again, something can start good. Any relationship can start good and not end good, right? It's okay to leave. Yes, this month is heavy with obligations. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome, Energy Maven. Once again, if you guys have any last minute questions, it is $5 for one question. I do prefer PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. I do also accept Super Chats, but also I'm available for personal readings. So if you would like a personal reading this weekend, do not hesitate to reach out. I have to do some personal readings tomorrow morning, actually. So I am here if you need a reading this weekend or candle work or anything like that, or classes. So I'll stay on for 10 more minutes, then we'll make it an even 2 hours. Surprised my camera hasn't said it's going to die soon, but let's not jinx it. Alright. Good night, Energy Maven. Do any of you have any last minute questions or things to say about the topic before we sign off for the night? Did any of you learn anything, or any of you going to be paying more attention to the animals and the signs they have for you? Also, pay attention to animals showing up in your dreams. That means something too. Alright? Lamarr, how do you think Fonzie would get along with a bird? Ooh. Fonzie can probably be a little bit salty. He can definitely be jealous. Fonzie gets jealous when I have, like, guys over and we're just kind of talking. Like, I can sense the jealousy. He's not, like, territorial, but he's just kind of like, why aren't you giving me attention? So if I brought a bird, he probably would try to kill it, to be honest with you. Unless it was a big bird. Like, I probably would have to get a big bird enough where it's like if he tried to do something, the bird would let him know I'm not the one, okay? So animals act weird, but you have to be careful because birds can also injure cats, and cats can also injure birds no matter their size, right? So, but especially if the birds are bigger, they can injure cats. Actually, eagles, one of the biggest birds, I think maybe the biggest bird, will actually, like, hunt cats. Veron says, so animals act weird before earthquake. Yes. Or any natural event. Hi, DD, Scott. Dinah says, I wanted to get a cat, but I don't think my birds would like that. Yeah. Fonzie's just weeding out the dusties for you. That's true, yeah. Very true. The thing with Fonzie, though, is he's really friendly to, like, everyone. The other day, the maintenance came over, and the maintenance guy brought his kid, and at first the kid was, like, afraid of the cat. But I was like, no, he's fine. I was doing a reading, but, I was on the phone with my client while trying to tell this kid, no, he's fine, he's friendly, he's cool, But then eventually they started kind of, like, playing with one another. I thought that was really cute. So I was like, oh, Fonzie would be good with kids, Dinah says, oh yeah, I saw a video today about an eagle picking up a pet from the backyard. Yeah. You gotta be careful, especially when you have smaller pets, chihuahuas, cats, Unless you have one of those big cats like a Maine Coon, you have to be careful. But, another point of animals having empathy is an animal choosing to, a wild animal, such as a lion or, a bobcat or something like that, choosing to not kill you even though they could. or for that matter, a gorilla. You know, we just talked about gorillas earlier, or a dolphin, or your damn pet. You know, your cat or your dog. They may not be able to kill you, but you know they definitely could probably do some damage. But they choose not to, right? Because one, your pets probably love you. All right, not all pets love us, but most of the time they do. All right. But number two, once again, animals can sense energy, right? Animals can sense just as once again they have spirits and souls. They can also sense your spirit and your soul, right? Now, if a wild animal's hungry, they may just try to kill you and eat you. So, if you live in that kind of area and you're walking out late at night or whatever, you need some sort of weapon or mace or whatever. All right. However, there's those rare moments or instances where spirit intervenes, and maybe you and the wild animal, just kind of have a tit for tat, or the wild animal just kind of lets you go. Walks on. You respect my space, I respect yours. Kind of thing. And we have to understand that nature is animals' terrain. Our terrain is our home, our properties, our buildings. That's our terrain. Once we're in nature, we're in wild animals' terrain. So we need to be armed and prepared, all right, on how to deal with the animal kingdom. So this topic is very important, not just for the sense of spirituality and understanding our world a bit better in terms of the other animals out there and species, but also maybe in terms of actually saving your life, right? How about that? That's important too. Pay more attention to nature and the animals. I've heard stories about pets eating their dead human after being stuck without food for so long. I mean, yeah, that happens. But once again, it's their natural instincts. That's what they do out in the wild. Which, by the way, that's a good point, Diana, which is why I understand some people want to live alone or be alone, and that's fine, but instances like that is why it's not good to be alone or not have a partner or a spouse or a husband or a wife. That's one of the reasons why I want to get married, and have a husband, for safety reasons, or, should something happen, it's like there's someone there to take care of everything. God forbid nothing happens, knock on wood, right? But you just never know, right? So, pets bring us peace and tranquility. They do. So that's a good point. Actually, speaking of marriage, marriage is not just about being married and having the ring and, oh my God, I'm not single anymore. Marriage is about, that's why you have to really be, mindful of who you marry, right? Because marriage is also about your safety, your stability, your well-being, or lack thereof, depending on who you marry. Anthea says, is it true that animals like squirrels, etc. go near your home because they like your home's energy? Like your home has good energy? I definitely could see that being true, yes. Yep, I could see that being true. Also, I don't know, for me, for example, sometimes I'll leave my windows open. Not like, they have screens, obviously, so it's not like anything could come in or out. But I'll leave my windows open, and my cat Fonzie will sit on the windowsill and look outside. So I can only assume his energy and his smell is getting on the windowsill. So sometimes they'll smell stuff like that feels familiar to them, or another animal or something like that. Remember, usually most animals have good sense of smell. Well, that message is for me because I go back and forth trying to decide whether I should even marry. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I want to get married, is because I want someone to be there, should anything happen, right? Dying alone and being there dead for weeks is sad, very sad. Yeah. And being eaten by an animal is even sadder, right? Possibly. So, that's one of the reasons why you want to get married, I know marriage is this whole thing in this day and age where, people don't want to get married, and no, I want to get married. Period. Okay? Those are the reasons why I want to get married. I think we reached our time, you guys. This has been a lovely chat. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. Remember, I'm available for personal readings on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Thank you all for being here and joining me. All right, we had a lovely chat tonight. Once again, I may probably be back tomorrow. It is the weekend. If I don't show up, I either went out, all right, going out having some fun, turning up maybe a little bit, or I probably am doing personal readings. Either way, it's one of those scenarios, okay? I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Is it hard to date because you are psychic? Yes. Either because, of course, my psychic abilities are always tapped in, or because they're kind of either turned off by it or scared of it, which happens. So, but I don't want to date that type of person anyway, right? An interesting point to make about this, and now my camera's about to die, so now I have to really get off soon. A footballer or a basketball, some athlete was just talking about this recently. I saw a video. Who is Gisele Bündchen's husband? Anyways, last story time. Gisele Bündchen's husband, well, first of all, Gisele Bündchen, if you don't know, is a model, a very famous model. Victoria's Secret or whatever, right? She's a witch. Apparently she's from Brazil or something like that. I don't know. But Tom Hardy, that's her husband, right? Tom Hardy accepts Gisele Bündchen for being a witch. And actually, Tom Hardy was apparently talking about how Gisele Bündchen used her witch powers to help Tom Hardy win the Super Bowl or something like that. Like, he's open to that. He's open to it. So that's the kind of man I want. Tom Brady. I said Tom Hardy. Child, I don't know who that is. She's Brazilian, so spiritual. Exactly. So that's the type of man I want. A Tom Brady. I want someone who's open to my spirituality, open to my gifts, open to the work that I do, and open to how I can help them as well, all right? You help me, I help you. So I love their relationship, Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen, all right? And that's my last story time for tonight, all right? So once again, I guess the moral of this story is that marriage is not bad at all. Marriage is really good, actually. Relationships are really good, all right? Commitment is good. But also, animals, pets are even better, all right? I love you all. I also do prosperity spells for my boyfriends, and he permits it. My boyfriend, and he permits it. Exactly, Anthea. That's actually beautiful, right, Diana? So that's the type of man that I want. I think that's the type of man that we should all aspire for. And Anthea's boyfriend and a Tom Brady, all right? I love that, okay? All right, you guys, I love you all. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. I will see you in the next video. I'll see you in your own personal reading. Either way, I will see you soon. Love and light. God bless.